We have Steelers breaking news here on this Tuesday night. Oh my goodness, man. Desmond King, somebody that was brought on here, somebody that we thought was a pretty darn good signing, is going to be released by the Pittsburgh Steelers if GM Omar Khan cannot find a trade partner. And then also, this is very intriguing to me, the Steelers are also bringing in rookie cornerback Darius Rush from the University of South Carolina, was drafted by the Colts, released at the end of the preseason, brought on by the Kansas City Chiefs as a practice squad corner. Now the Steelers are poaching him off the Chiefs practice squad. I'm going to tell you why I'm super intrigued by these moves by Steelers GM Omar Khan here in just a second. But first, make sure you click that subscribe button, because even if I'm at home here, even if I have to do a video, outside of the studio, whether I'm on vacation, whatever the case may be, I am dedicated to getting you guys Steelers news and rumors content, breaking news coverage whenever it hits. So whenever there's a big move here, whether it's a trade, whether it's a signing like tonight, go ahead, click that subscribe button here, and let's get started. All right, now let's talk about these two moves. Let's start with Desmond King, because I got a lot to say about Darius Rush here. Desmond just seems like he was somebody that there was a reason why the Houston Texans released him. He was their number one corner last year, and it just didn't really work out with the new regime coming in this year with D'Amico Ryans. And we really thought when we signed Desmond King that we were getting something there, a slot corner, somebody that's had a lot of experience, and he only had one defensive snap in 5 games this season so far. And now with the opportunity to go out and get a guy like Darius Rush, who the Steelers really liked in the draft process this year, it seems like they've had enough of Desmond King, and now they're bringing in the young blood here. And let's talk about Darius Rush, because I'm super excited to see what he's going to be able to do. Now, is there a potential there where he's just not going to work out? Absolutely. He's a 5th round corner. He's been released by the Indianapolis Colts. He was just a practice squad guy for the Chiefs to this point. But man, I am super intrigued by Darius Rush, because he is exactly the type of corner that Mike Tomlin loves. He is long. He's got super long arms. He is big, 6'2", about 200 pounds. And then also, this is the real kicker here. This is why we like Joey Porter Jr. and Corey Trice Jr. when the Steelers drafted him this year. This guy's fast, man. 4.36 40-yard dash time at the NFL Combine this year. And then also, I will point this out as well. The Senior Bowl this year, Darius Rush was the best corner in Mobile this year, and it wasn't really close in one-on-one coverage. He played well in the game as well. I mean, when you have that combination of size and speed and agility, I mean, this is the type of guy that you look for if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan to be your corner, because you look at these guys that the Steelers are bringing in now. I mean, these tall, lanky, physical type corners in Joey Porter Jr., who's looked fantastic. Corey Trice Jr., we hope that he can make a full recovery from that torn ACL he suffered in the preseason, or in the training camp, I should say. And then also now Darius Rush, 3 young, long corners here. I mean, you look at the future, I'm very confident that Joey Porter Jr. is going to be a legit starter, probably the number 1 guy in this secondary for a while now. And then you get the couple rolls of the dice here with Corey Trice Jr., who drafted in the 7th round this year, looked very promising before that major injury. And you also got Darius Rush, another guy that's really big, got long arms, runs really fast. This guy ran a faster 40 than both Joey Porter Jr. and Corey Trice Jr. So the physical aspect is definitely there. He had 3 interceptions in college there. He played alongside some really good corners there at the University of South Carolina. Played with Cam Smith, all these different things. He was kind of seen as an afterthought, which is why he kind of fell in the NFL draft this year to the 5th round. But man, this is the type of corner that the Steelers look for. I mean, physical, long, fast. I mean, this is exactly the type of move that I expect Mike Tomlin and GM Omar Khan to make. And if you're ending up getting a future starter here in Darius Rush by just picking him off somebody else's practice squad, I mean, this is just another line of moves for Omar Khan that makes me think he's one of the best general managers in the National Football League today. Another thing with Darius is that the Steelers really liked him during the draft process this year. We covered it a lot this year. He met with them at the Combine. He was a top 30 visit for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Steelers absolutely considered drafting him. And if he would have fell to, where Corey Trice ended up going, they probably would have taken Darius, right? So I'm looking at Darius Rush as somebody that's an extremely intriguing prospect here. And, Desmond King, somebody that you thought maybe could be a contributor right away. Seems like the Steelers don't really see that in him right now. He wasn't overly great as a punt and kickoff return man either. So, I would have rather seen somebody like Gunnar Olszewski get cut than Desmond King. But it seems like they don't see a future with Desmond, and they do see a future with Darius Rush. Now, what does this mean for the Steelers secondary right now? I think right now you got your guys in there, right? You got Patrick Peterson, you got Levi Wallace, and you got Chandon Sullivan. For worse or for better, it seems like Mike Tomlin and Terrell Austin view those guys as their starters. Of course, you got Elijah Riley as a backup. Joey Porter Jr. has been playing more of a rotational role, and he's looked actually pretty darn good. You still got James Pierre in the rotation. And I do think that Darius Rush now, because you're taking him off another team's practice squad, he will be a part of this 53-man roster. I think he's going to be somebody that's going to be on the roster, but he's going to be a backup. He's not going to get many reps right away. They're going to allow him to get his feet wet in this system. There's absolutely no doubt about that, in my opinion. And they're hoping that by year 2 here of his NFL career, he's going to have the system down. He's going to have those practice reps going up against the ones in practice. I'm looking at these certain things here, and I'm really, really excited to see what Darius Rush is going to be, because we're going to be going into next season, the 2024 season, not only with Joey Porter Jr. probably being a bona fide starter in this rotation, but also you got 2 young corners beside him. And, you got 2 rolls of the dice here, and Corey Trice Jr. and Darius Rush. And you got to think, man, with the physicality, with the speed that these guys bring, right? One of them is bound to hit at least a little bit, right? At least you hope that one of Darius Rush or Corey Trice Jr., or maybe even both, end up becoming really good players in this league, good press man corners, guys that can bully people at the line of scrimmage. That's what the Pittsburgh Steelers want to do in the secondary. Right now, Terrell Austin is playing more off coverage, right, with Patrick Peterson and Levi Wallace, because those guys aren't quite as good in press. Patrick used to be a really great press corner. But, as he's kind of gone into the later stages of his career, he's been more of a Fangio-style, off-coverage type corner. But it definitely seems like the future here. Mike Tomlin wants to transition back to a press man-heavy system. Joey Porter Jr., Corey Trice Jr., Darius Rush. There's definitely a theme going on here with these guys that they're bringing in. Tall, long arms, good size, and then also fast. So these are the things that you look for in Pittsburgh Steelers cornerbacks. And, Desmond King, it was interesting while it lasted. I will definitely say that. He was definitely worth taking a waiver on. It was worth taking a shot on. At best case scenario, he's a good contributor and a good slot starting corner for you. But it just didn't work out that way, and now you're bringing in someone that could be a contributor for the future. So as far as I'm concerned, I love the move by GM Omar Khan, and I'm excited to see how it goes. Some other news items here, I will note, from our video earlier, our trade targets video. Go check that out, by the way, after this video, if you haven't checked that out already. I mentioned that Pat Freiermuth is probably going to be out a couple more weeks. We actually filmed that this morning in studio before Mike Tomlin's press conference, where he announced Pat Freiermuth is likely to play this week. So that's great news. Looks like Kenny Pickett's going to have Freiermuth and Deontay Johnson back on the field with him this week. Hopefully that helps him get a bit more comfortable when they play against the Los Angeles Rams here on Sunday. So I just wanted to clear that up. I know I saw a lot of comments in there saying, well, hold on a second, Jack, Pat Freiermuth's playing. I know that the video was just recorded before the Mike Tomlin's press conference. So make sure you click that subscribe button for me right now. Coop and I, we're going to be going live tomorrow for our weekly live show. We're going to be going at a little bit earlier than we usually do. We're going to be going live at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you don't miss that. We're going to be talking about the latest trade rumors, all the different stuff, the latest injury news coming out of this. And we're also going to be previewing that Week 7 matchup versus the Los Angeles Rams. Rams. You're not going to want to miss that. Make sure you tune in with me and Coop in studio tomorrow. And that's going to be it for me today, guys. Like I said, make sure you click that thumbs up icon. Make sure you click that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.